recording.
What's up? What's up? So this is Wednesday night, October 17th, getting to the end of the month. I actually just did a call today that some of you were on. So thank you so much for joining me on the Beachbody Champions page. Your vibes helped a lot because that wasn't easy for me. So thank you. If you missed it, I talked today on Beachbody Champions, and I do know that there is 15 solid work days left in the month. I made sure that everybody knew that. So the month is still half full, is what I like to say. A lot of people think it's half over, but it is half full. So we have a lot of time to work. Ellen and I talked tonight, and we were like, well, what are we going to talk about? And Ellen said that she had a power hour. And I think it's just an amazing topic for us to discuss. Instead of doing a power hour with you guys, we really think that it might be more relevant and more worth your time if you just see actually what a power hour truly can look like. And you can take the tools and be self-driven, self-motivated, independent, and know how to run your own. And this might not be the first time you've seen a power hour, but I'm excited to see Ellen's because I've never seen actually hers. So that's tonight's topic. If you were wondering, we're really super excited for that. On top of the agenda, though, is our quarterly meeting this weekend. So there's a Super Saturday near you, and you need to go into your Beachbody coach office right now and find out where it is. I know that Ellen is hosting a huge one in Oregon, in Portland. She actually has a Tulin there with her, and I'm super pumped about that. Do you guys have corporate there too, or just Tulin is your speaker?
We have corporate too.
Awesome.
We have
Jeff Hill and Tulin. And if you're in my local area in Pittsburgh, we have Kim Carver and Jericho. And plus we have the authors of Go for No. So really big Super Saturday events are happening. I see Brittany's on the call. Brittany Mason's in the DC area. And I think that you guys even have guest speakers coming out that way too. Because I've been getting the DC notifications through the email just because I'm part of the email chain. So it's exciting. Go ahead, girl. What you guys got going on?
I was going to say we do, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head. I know it's bad.
No, it's good. It's good because you know that they're coming, something's happening and there's good people coming because I keep on getting the notifications too. So I want you guys, if you're not in Portland or Pittsburgh or wherever you are, find a Super Saturday near you. This is where you find energy. This is where you find life. It's kind of like the rejuvenation of Beachbody. We work in a business where it's a lot virtually, and the people interaction like this, I don't think is as fruitful to our hearts as they can be when you can just go and hug somebody and actually sweat beside them. You guys know that I'm big on sweating beside people and then giving them sweaty hugs and taking sweaty selfies after. So that's kind of my jam. So I want you guys to find a Super Saturday to revive your business because it's fourth quarter talk. Chris is talking about the fourth quarter a lot. And he kind of said, why go into the fourth quarter thinking that you're going to finish the year strong? He says, why don't you just make this the start of a new year? Why do people all wait until January to get excited about losing weight and getting healthy and fit? But why don't we just start the party now, get everybody excited, and get ready now where the time it's happening? We have a lot of cool stuff going on. So I'm pumped for you guys. And Sagi, the beast. Thanks, Britt. The other B&B. That's the B&B combo. I love it. You guys are always tag teaming each other. So that's super fun. Yeah, Ellen, talk to us about what we should do when we work.
All right. Well, first let me when we work. Oh my gosh. I was just talking to my son about this whole adage about when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. And it's just so true. So we get to experience that. So, I guess I kind of want to tell, since this is a collab and now there's kind of 4 dynasties that have collided to do these team calls. I guess I know that not all of you know me that well or know my business practices that well. So I have always, I've always wanted to work with I've always wanted lots of work, multiple revenue streams. So I haven't been one of these coaches, and I love those of you that are this way. I've never been one that's wanted to just be like full-time, just Beachbody coach and nothing else. I resonate a little more closely with Trina Gray. She's a gym owner in Alpena, Michigan. And she like absolutely loves working in her gym. And similarly, like I want to be a master trainer. I want to get paid to present at conferences. I want to get paid to write choreography. I want to get paid to teach classes at a gym. I want to get paid to manage at a gym. I want to get paid to be a coach. I want multiple streams of revenue. So I have shifted my professional, my management of a gym job recently. Cam knows all about it because she has heard me agonize over the decision. Sherry knows quite a bit about it too. Actually met Sherry at this job. I'm in my office, by the way. So I'm managing this massive monstrosity of a program at a huge athletic club right now. Trainers, group exercise, small group. And so my business isn't what it was like when I was an elite coach, in fairness. So what I'm showing you guys tonight is how I was running my power hours at the absolute zenith of my coaching career. What I'm going to show you works and it's duplicatable. So if you guys take notes tonight, you can implement this and you will see success. And you can teach it because it's pretty simple. And it's not incredibly time consuming. I recently read a study. Cam, let me know if you read this because I think we saw it in the round table where it said like most people in their average 8-hour workday are actually only diligently focused and working for 2 hours of that entire day. And it was like a Forbes magazine or a Huffington Post. I'll try to pull that for you, but it was like astonishing. And I thought about like what we do as coaches and like, it's so easy to just waste time. And if we really knuckled down, could we build an empire in 2 hours a day? And I'm here to show you how you can do it if you're hyper focused and hyper vigilant. And this is my system. It's also customizable. So say as I teach it to you tonight, say you're like, well, I would do this differently, or I might want to spend 20 minutes on this section and only 5 on this, then do that. So here it is, and then we can open it up to discussion. Give me a second to share my screen. Let's see. Okay. So let me see here. One second. I've got to move us out of the way. Okay. So the first slide, the first thing on your notes should say post on social. We all know to do that. And I think like just looking at who came on tonight, I know that I'm talking to some pretty seasoned, pretty veteran coaches, but some of you I don't know, and some of you might be watching the replay and might be new coaches. So this is, of course, incredibly important. This is our storefront. This is saying business is open. This is showing the world who we are. And our posts need to be eye-catching. And back when I created this, I was probably posting 3 to 5 times a day. And today, it's changed. The algorithms of Facebook and Instagram have changed, and it's more about quality and less about quantity. So I'm here to recommend, and Cam can weigh in on this too, that just like one wonderful post a day on each of your platforms is what she's giving me the thumbs up. I can see it. So we're, as usual, of the same mind. So, it shouldn't take you 30 minutes to come up with a post, just 10 minutes, something, aesthetically pleasing, eye-catching. If you're a selfie person, great. If you're not a selfie person, great. This is where you get to be you. And it needs to be a heartfelt, something emotional, something evocative, something that's going to stop the scroll. I typically recommend that it's not something that they would need to open and click continue reading, because nobody has that kind of attention span today. Every once in a while, I post something longer than a few sentences. The next 10, so that's the first 10 minutes, is just create your post. put it out there. I listen to a lot of Gary Vee. Gary Vee is big on like, just be yourself. It's more about how many people are engaging with you and less about how many followers you have. And also he's like, if you have to like completely think so much about what you're going to post, then you're probably not being like just super true to yourself. Because if you're just super true to yourself, you don't have to worry that much. Like, yeah, some people aren't going to like it. Just put it out there if it's you. Okay, the next is add to your social media network. So this is 5 to 10 people. And this is just going to look like on Instagram, you maybe using hashtags, or maybe seeing who has just followed you. You know, when you see that you have a couple new followers, when you open your app, your Instagram app, and you look at them and you maybe decide they're your people, or maybe they could be your people, you follow them back. Boom, you've added to your social network. And my goals have never been crazy lofty. I haven't seen Cam's Beachbody Champions yet. I'm going to. I did watch the National Wake Up Call today though, but and I did listen to another podcast today, and I'm going to listen to Cam's Champions on my way home, but she did tell me what she was going to talk about. And I haven't heard it yet, but one of the things she said is that she's just herself. She's honest. Her goals aren't always like unbelievably like lofty and outrageous. They're just realistic and simple and basic. And so similarly, it's like 5 to 10 people. I know there are coaches out there that are like quadrupling this, or, you know, adding 100 people, but I say 5 to 10 people. Yes, Facebook too, just adding new people. That should take you guys another 10 minutes. So far, you've worked for 20 minutes. You've made a post and you've added to your network. If we don't add to our network, we're always preaching to the same choir. To my team, I often talk about this hot tub we had in my old house, and how like the water would evaporate off the top. And if we weren't adding water to it always, it would get gross and stagnant, and there would be less of it. And that's sort of like our social media network too. It's like that hot tub. We got to keep new water in there. Okay. So, make contact. In other words, be friendly. In other words, like, be a blessing in people's lives. This is one of the most enjoyable, gratifying parts of your power hour. It's love on people. It's seriously, pay some people some compliments. It's wish some people some happy birthday. It's just make contact, make connections that have nothing to do with our products, nothing to do with Beachbody. There's just, hey, how are you doing? You were on my mind this morning. I've been thinking about you, or something made me think about you. Or this could be also someone brand new to your circle that you added, that you're reaching out to get to know them. You're paying them a genuine compliment or whatever. Or something they posted about struck a chord with you, so you're making a connection about it. Maybe it's someone, Austin and I were talking before this call started about, like, he's made a couple connections with people that he went to high school with. It could be someone you haven't talked to for 20 years. That's all this is for 10 minutes. Bless people. All right. That's the most fun one. All right. Now, this is the harder one. This is the one that might bring your pulse up, your blood pressure up. It's the one where if you're a procrastinator or you like to do the easy thing, this is the one. I'm guilty. I know. This is where I like to go get a cup of coffee. I like to go, like, maybe I need to go wash the dishes right now. This is inviting to something. This is you being you as a coach. So you're going to spend 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, you guys, 10 minutes of eating that frog, 10 minutes of inviting to something. It could be a sneak peek. It could be inviting someone to watch a replay of a sneak peek that we just did, because we save all those on YouTube. By the way, our next one, write this down, is November 7th. I'm talking really quickly because Cam and I are like, let's give them a short team call tonight. So I'm going to try to fulfill that. Plus I can see that my battery is getting low. So our next sneak peek is November 7th. So maybe you're going to spend 10 minutes just inviting people to that sneak peek. Maybe you're going to invite people to go to Super Saturday. By the way, like, I always invite non-coaches to Super Saturday. I heard that's going to be a thing in July, where it's going to be like a business opportunity kind of a Super Saturday. And I'm like, aren't they always? Isn't it always? Like, I always invite people that aren't coaches to Super Saturday. It could be to a shake and share. I don't know if any of you guys have done one of those in a long time, but I have definitely done those. It could be to a fit club. That's another team call in and of itself. I would love to do that at Fit Club as a team call with you guys. It could be a coffee tour of BOD. And what this is I love to sit down with someone with my computer or iPad or phone and show them Beachbody on demand, because people can't imagine how amazing it is. People can't imagine, like, I show them, like, look, here's your starter guide. Here's the calendar that comes with the program. Look, let me start this video so you can see, like, here's the materials you need for that program. Here's the meal plan. I love showing people what BOD actually is, because it's actually probably the most ridiculous value we have for people, because it's so affordable. And so I love showing it to people. I love to sell the challenge pack. Obviously, I go for the challenge pack sale. That's the win-win biggest bang for their buck. It's always what I go for. But, if someone is just going to buy BOD, they're going to be advertised Shakeology constantly if they're using BOD. So if you can't have coffee with someone and show them BOD, then you can Zoom and do it, just like I'm Zooming right now. I have done that with people that don't live in the area. Let me just show you what BOD is. Let me show you how cool it is, because you need it in your life. Let's look at it. And I just screen share and tour it. So basically those are things that you can be inviting to, and that is 40 minutes in to your power hour. Let's move on. Follow up on previous connections. So this means you're doing this every day. Otherwise you have nothing to follow up on. But if you're doing this every day, don't forget you've added people. Don't forget that one step that I said, make contact, but you could also name that bless people. You could name that birthday wishes. You could name that whatever it is. It's when you're touching people's lives and you're not talking about Beachbody, but you also did the step of the right hook, the inviting to something. So you have all these messages out there. They have elicited a response. If you're doing this each day, you have an inbox that has responses in it. And so you need to go follow up and go start to continue to have conversations. So that's what this section is your follow-up section. That's the next 10 minutes. And then finally, you need to track what you did, because we will forget. We will forget who, we'll forget what. However you do that, whether you use Teamsy or Streak or Google Sheets or a notebook or a notepad app or pen and paper, however you use it, you need to track it. So if I talk to Susie at the gym about the performance line, I need to track that. And when do I want to follow up with her? If I talk to so-and-so about coming to the business opportunity and they responded that they did want to watch the video replay, I need to track that. And when do I want to follow up with them? So that's this really this final step. And I allocated 10 minutes for that step as well. Okay, listen, this is the truth. Your power hour that I just gave you can be done in 60 minutes. You could even do it in 30 minutes if you made every single one of the, let's say you're like a super duper hobby coach. You do not have really lofty business goals, but you like to make a little bit of money. Let's say you want to winnow that down to 30 minutes a day. You could only have 5 minutes in each of these categories. You're not going to get as much done. You won't be as productive. You won't be as impactful, but you could do it. So with all 6 of those categories, 10 minutes each, not getting distracted by other things happening and all the distractions that you're just bellied up to the bar and you are hyper-focused. You've got your blinders on. You're doing nothing else. If your mom calls, you are not answering the phone. If your husband calls, you are not answering the phone. That's an hour. That's an hour. Okay, we also need to work out. We need to push play. So that's 30 minutes-ish. Let's just pretend, for the sake of my comprehensive view of the day in the life of an elite coach who's hyper-focused, let's say for the sake of this discussion, your workout is just 30 minutes long. And yes, I know some of them are longer. I like the ones that are 30 minutes long. Okay, so that's an hour and a half, your power hour, your workout, in not necessarily that order. In fact, you'll probably be more productive on your power hour if you work out first. Then I also expect my coaches to post and engage in their challenge group. I expect myself to spend at least 15 minutes in a challenge group, in my challenge group. Personal development, guess how many minutes I give that? 0. I give PD 0 minutes because we can listen to PD while we're folding laundry, while we're driving to church, whatever. We can multitask. We can listen to it when we're in the shower. We can do PD and have it take 0 minutes a day unless we really want to be reading a book or watching a video. So that's 0 minutes. And then my last 15 minutes in my 2-hour day is checking in with your team page. I think it's really important for you guys to be very involved in your upline diamond or star diamonds page, whether that's Cam, Michelle, myself, Holly, or you have an intermediate level diamond rock star, or it's a couple groups. Like for a long time, I had coaches checking mine, but also checking Holly's since she was above me. But I think it's really important that you are giving, even if you're a leader yourself, which I believe you to be, it's still important as leaders that you are giving back to your roots, which is the team you came from, even if you're creating your own team page and you're at that level in your organization, depending on where you're at. But in any case, you are engaging with your team. You're encouraging your teammates when they hit Success Club. You're providing content yourself. You're like Sherry's on the line. She posts the replay of the National Wake Up Call each week. So she gives back. I think that's really important. And also like just being aware of like, well, what posts is your leader making and what things does your leader wanting you to be aware of? So just to go back and review here, let me stop the share. I don't think there's another slide here. Okay, let me go back. Let me stop the share so I can see everybody's face. All right, just to go back and quickly review. The first 10-ish minutes, you're creating content. By the way, I like batch that. I batch my content and I'll save, like my Instagram account has like 100 draft posts because like sometimes I'm in the mood to like really create good content and sometimes the well is dry. I don't have any good selfies at all. Haven't taken a good picture of myself in 3 weeks and I've got nothing good to say. That's okay because my draft folder is ready. I've got a draft folder and there's pictures in there from 6 months ago with a post ready to go for when I hit a drought. I can just go and Facebook.
I can vouch for that. I saw the drafts on Instagram. It's good. It's actually good. Yeah. And she helped me too because you can choose between what picture you want. If you save them as drafts, you can see which one actually looks better. Like, so thank you for the draftage. That was a training.
That was a training, totally. And like, so Cam and I got these like cute selfies together, even though we actually never take a good picture together ever. It just actually never happens ever. But we took a couple pictures together and like, so like I posted one, but I saved one in my draft and I'll post it with a different message behind it in like 4 months when people have forgotten about the first one. Okay. So anyway, the first thing you're doing is you're creating content that is eye-catching, that is evocative, that stops the scroll. The second thing you're doing is you're adding to your network. I love Instagram for that. Just follow people back or go find people to follow or both for a total of 5 to 10 people a day. And then bless people's lives. That's the most fun step is just go pay compliments or wish happy birthdays or whatever. And then do that hard inviting that makes your tummy hurt a little bit, that kind of makes you feel a little uncomfortable. Got to do that. That's the next 10 minutes. And then follow up on all your inbox should be peppered with unopened messages if you're doing this day after day after day. Even if you've done it for 1 day, your inbox should have messages ready. So that's your follow-up, and then track it. And then there was that miscellaneous stuff like do your workout, drink your damn shake, PD is 0 minutes, check your team page. All right, that's all I got. comments, questions? Cam, you want to take us home?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that was super productive, and I think we needed that. I just you don't go watch my Beachbody Champions video today. It was very much Brittany Mason and both Tiffany, who are both on the line today, said it was rah rah. It was a pep talk. And so Ellen, you don't need the pep talk. It was kind of like a network rejuvenation, which I was told that was I think I was like the cheer girl. That was my role today. So they needed a cheer girl. So brought me in again, and that was kind of like what I did. But I think tonight really put some concrete action steps in, and it does go back to what I actually talked about this afternoon. And the word was show up. And I just told people to show up. And basically my message, and I had 3 corporate people shoot me messages and said, thank you for keeping it simple. And I thought it was so simple, but I had people telling me that that's what we need right now. That Jeff Matheson he kind of elaborated on it, and he said, Kim, this network is so drowned in people trying to recreate the wheel and trying to do stuff so different. And there's so much noise right now. He said the simplicity of what you do works. And that was just really here, because you start to second guess, does it work? Like, because people are doing all this stuff and you get like, you see it everywhere and you got to like go like this. And that's why I was like, just put your blinders on. I see that there's 18 million sneak peeks to 18 million launches and 18 million things and a zillion million da 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 da. But we're busy. And this is a business that can be a part-time side hustle. What I loved on your Power Hour, Ellen, was your last page, how you showed, like I just had like a light bulb. You showed a 2-hour comprehensive plan of a workday. And you and I have both been able to make full-time incomes working a 2-hour day shift. I mean, hello. That's not something to write home about. Like that was just like, that's the truth. That is the truth though. I'm the same way as Ellen. We call it the points on our star. I love Beachbody coaching because I love what it's given me. I love that it's given me the opportunity to do other things. So the freedom and the flexibility to make more of an impact in the fitness industry and to be more of a mom and to be more of something that I've always wanted to do. This Beachbody coaching is your foundation. And if you want it, those are the action steps. I don't do anything different. And I really just think I just liked it how it was all played out. So thank you for sharing, Ellen. I think that it was just like a really, really solid, tight presentation.
You're so welcome. And I think the biggest thing I want to emphasize about that is you could probably spend 6 hours and get less done than 2 hours if you're really hyper focused and you're doing the inviting behavior that produces actual growth. But the hyper focused, doing the right behavior is key. I've also been there spending like wasting time too.
Same. And I think it's important to say that, yes, we think that we should do this every day, but she also said a hyper focused elite coach. So if you don't have the hour a day, I always preach power pockets. So do what you can when you can and catch up on your list and start where you left off the next day. So if you have 30 minutes, do your 30 minutes and keep it focused. Turn your phone on airplane mode for that 30 minutes. I used to work my business in the car in between patients, and that's really when I got the most work done. So you can make it happen in between all the busy things that you're doing. And I'm really proud of us that it's 9:30. It's our first half-hour call. We did it, and it's 9:30 here on the East Coast. We actually wanted to leave you with, the action steps to go do. So if it is East Coast time for you, and if it's nighttime and if it's bedtime, then make your to-do list for tomorrow. If you are on Ellen's Pacific Standard Time, please do this evening, whenever you're winding down. Make a to-do list. it. Get started and just know that doing it one time is not going to make a difference. Doing it 2 times, maybe, not so much. But this is one of those things where it's time after time. Again, it's the consistency. And that's what I talked about today too. So staying consistent, showing up day after day, and doing things that brings joy to your heart. Like bless people's life. I like that how that's how you put that one. People just want to hear from you, and they don't want to talk about Beachbody all the time. So I thought this was great. Please go make October an amazing month for yourself, because you still have a lot of time. Thank you, Ellen.
Good night, guys. Thank you
Thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.